In Old School RuneScape, some of the most important items aren't obtained just by some lucky drop. Some require hard work and determination. Various items that will help your account whether you're in the early, mid or late game. And these are locked behind one thing a lot of people don't like to do: quests. To start off, if there's one quest that you slowly want to chip away at, it's the Recipe for Disaster quest. This quest unlocks the classic Barrows Gloves. The Barrows Gloves are the single most influential mid-game glove slot item. They're best in slot for so many loadouts because they combine excellent offense and decent defense bonuses across melee, range and magic. If you're a generalist, PVM, Slayer and even mid-level PvP setups, there's a good chance that you're going to wear Barrows Gloves for years. To get them, you're going to need to complete Recipe for Disaster, a massive multi-stage quest with numerous sub-quests chained together, and the gloves are the final reward. You don't just do one fight, you clear a web of content across Gillinor. It's as much an endurance test as it is a skills test. You need several quest requirements and roughly mid to high levels in combat and some skills to reach the final showdown. These gloves are super cheap to buy from the chest in Lumbridge, but being able to get to that chest is the point. Compared to the cost and time to buy the equivalent gear, the gloves are extremely efficient for the time spent, and they remain relevant even until the late game. And even once you get ferocious gloves, you're going to use these from time to time. From this chest you'll also be able to get the dragon, rune, mithril and all the other gloves, but mainly people want the Barrows Gloves. If you enjoy farming, then something you want to get as soon as possible is Magicks Secateurs. To get these, you're going to need to complete Fairy Tale Part 1. For farmers, the Magicks Secateurs are a deceptively powerful quality of life item. They boost how much you yield from a herb patch by 10%. That's free profit on any herb run you ever do. For an account that does regular herb runs or any herb runs, I would say to get the Magicks Secateurs. They directly increase the GP per hour, which reduces the time spent making money elsewhere. Next, a useful item is the Ectophial. The Ectophial is a small item, but it provides a teleport to the Ectofontus. This shortens many run routes and is an essential for late game farming setups. It's one of those items you don't realize you need until you've used it for a week, then it becomes indispensable. To get it, you need to finish the Ghosts Ahoy quest. The quest itself also opens up other Mauritania content, which ties into some unique training and teleport routes. The Helm of Neitiznot is a classic from most of our childhoods. The whole Fremnik questline is definitely something you want to get done. Away from being nostalgia merchants, the Neitiznot helm is a popular mid-game helmet with very solid defensive and offensive stats for its weight and accessibility. It's often a direct upgrade from a rune helmet. To get it, you're going to need to complete both the Fremnik Isles and the Fremnik Trials. These helms are staples for mid-game content. If you do any combat and you ever do range, I would highly suggest to do the quest Animal Magnetism. Completing this quest will give you the Ava's Attractor, and if you have 51 range you can get the Ava's Accumulator. These are great for saving ammo and range stats. But then a quest you want to work towards is Dragon Slayer 2. Dragon Slayer 2 is a story-heavy, high-difficulty quest that not only unlocks the Ava's Assembler, which is the best out of the 3 backpacks, it unlocks Vorkarth, one of OSRS's premier money-making solo bosses. You're also going to need Vorkarth's head for the backpack, but you're guaranteed it at 50 kills, so that's okay. Dragon Slayer 2 itself has steep requirements though. You not only need high levels and good gear, the whole quest itself can be quite challenging. If you're aiming to break into the consistent millions per hour, then Dragon Slayer 2 is a must. Another late game quest that you might consider completing is Song of the Elves. This unlocks the crystal armor and crystal weapons. Crystal gear and the Bofa, or the Bow of Ferdinian, are endgame content for range players. Crystal armor set and related weapons offer unique damage and accuracy scaling when used with the Bofa. They're part of a whole class of gear that's only accessible after completing Elven content. Combined with Prifddinas access, the Gauntlet and Zolcano, Crystal gear is one of the first major gated powerful spikes you get after reaching the endgame. The next two aren't really items, I mean they are, but they're not items that go in your inventory. First, the Ancient Magicks Spellbook. You get this after completing Desert Treasure 1. Ancient Magicks are a combat orientated spellbook, which introduce some of the most influential combat spells in OSRS. Access to Ancients changes both PvP and PvM options. It's a toolkit of powerful spells that can be the difference in boss fights and duels. The Ancient Spellbook is widely considered essential for certain endgame content. And then you also have the Lunar Spellbook, which is unlocked from Lunar Diplomacy. They give you things like Vengeance, Teleports, Plank Make, Humidify, String Jewelry. Lunars massively reduce time sinks and open new strategies for training and bossing. To get it, you need to complete Lunar Diplomacy, but then additional spells are unlocked later on, things like Dream Mentor and other content, but Lunar Diplomacy is the gate. The Spellbook's ability to directly affect skilling and boss mechanics means the quest has outsized value relative to its effort. A massive quest you're going to want to complete, or at least do partially, is Fairy Tales Part 2. The fairy ring network is pure convenience. Dozens of teleport nodes across the map, many of which are otherwise remote. For clue hunters, skillers, and anyone who needs to travel quickly for repetitive tasks, unlocking fairy rings is a game changer. This isn't fancy combat gear, but it multiplies your efficiency across the game. Another quest you might consider completing is Rumdil. The Holy Wrench might not look exciting, but it increases the prayer points you restore when drinking any prayer potion or super restore by 2%. A lot of PvM players have this in their inventory. It's one of those small boosts that add up massively over time. After completing Haunted Mine, you get the Salve Amulet, which gives a 15% damage boost against undead monsters, or 20% when imbued. This one item makes undead slayer tasks dramatically faster, and is almost required gear for bosses like Vorkov, Barrows, and others classified as undead. It's not flashy, but it's a meta-defining damage multiplier in many scenarios. The Dwarf Cannon quest unlocks the ability to use the Dwarven multi-cannon, one of the best tools for Slayer. The cannon massively speeds up Slayer tasks and provides good range XP. It's a quest with no stat requirements, meaning you can unlock one of the strongest early game tools in under an hour. The Ice Gloves are unlocked through the Heroes quest, and while they might not look fancy, they're required for several key pieces of content, from the Blast Furnace to the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil. The Silver Light is given from Demon Slayer, the Dark Light in the Shadow of the Storm, and later upgraded to the Arc Light with Ancient Shards in the Catacombs. The Arc Light is one of the strongest weapons against things like Demonic Gorillas, Abyssal Sire. This line of weapon upgrades is invaluable. One of the earliest quests in the game, the Restless Ghost, gives you the Ghost Speak Amulet. This lets you talk to ghosts, and it's super useful throughout RuneScape storylines. You'll need it for multiple future quests, and it even opens up certain dialogue options and shortcuts. It's a small thing, but one of the most permanent unlocks you'll never drop. If you look at all of these items together, you start to see a pattern. Quests in RuneScape don't just tell a story, they define your account's power ceiling. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. Tap the video on screen if you want to know about the dark side of the OSRS economy. Thank you for watching. Until the next one, peace.